Well, everybody, here we go. So, this is pretty much my kit for my traveling journey that's going to take place in a week or so. And there's a lot of stuff that I want to share, which is all. So, I hope this is working. I'm live now with my earphones in because I had a bit of an issue with sound on yesterday's stream. So, I hope this is actually working. So, if anyone's watching and you can maybe give me a little thumbs up there or a comment there just to make sure that there is sound, okay? So yeah, here's my bike. It's just been serviced today. I got a new chain ring on it, much smaller than the last one. Got a new chain, and I got a good bit of grease into it, and a good service. Also got a few little fancy bits in the post today. One of them is will travel for gravel. Little features, you know. So this is my bike. This is my bags. Haven't fully set them up yet. There's a small little water container bag here. I have another one that goes here, and then I have my front bag that's here with my sleeping bag, a tent. Well, not tent, using bivvy. I'll show you that in a few minutes. I also have my frame bag, which is here. So sit on the opposite side, and I put my gas and a few bits and bobs in there. We'll talk about that again. And then I have a back bag, which will have a lot of things in it as well. And that's pretty much all I'm going to be traveling with. I have water containers. I have another one I'm going to show you. I'm going to take this one off, and I have a longer one that's going to go in there. I will show you that as well in a few minutes. So yeah, my gravel sticker, my gravel group. All right, so let's hope we're live. Just let me check because I'm not really sure if this is working. So just bear with me 1 second. I'm just seeing on my old. Oh yeah, here we are now. I'm just seeing on my. Doodle-doo-doo-doo. Yes, it's working, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just a little bit behind. I'm actually just looking on my desktop to make sure it is working. So yeah, it's working. Okay, let's dig in because I don't want to be here all night. Because it's a long journey. So yeah, this is pretty much my main kit. I'm missing a few things that I don't have with me at the moment. They're in the either washing machine or in a friend's house. So I'm going to take one cotton t-shirt, which is this one. I'm taking one technical t-shirt, which is Dynafit. It's a lovely fabric t-shirt, and it's almost like merino wool. You can wear it for ages, and it never sweats, and it's really comfortable. I'm taking one pair of really short Dynafit shorts. They use them for running, but I also use them for swimming. Unfortunately, I usually like to go skinny dipping, as many people know. But yeah, in the West Coast, and there's all the kids around, so you have to be decent enough, you know. I'm taking my lightweight running technical Dynafit jacket. It's a windproof jacket, but I can also use on cold days, you know. I also have a Dynafit jacket underneath that. We won't go into too much details on that because it's not so important. But other things I want to express and show you is all. I won't be taking shoes. I'm actually just wearing the ones. I just literally came home from the bike shop now, and these are they're all mountain bike shoes, but they have cleats underneath, as you can see. But they're also comfortable for walking. I've actually ran in them once or twice, and they're not bad. You save your life. Run a marathon in them, it's a different story, you know. So I'm bringing a buff, but these are little camping slippers, barefoot little things. I usually wear them inside a tent on a cold night. They're really good for your feet after hours and hours on your feet, and you can be sweaty and tired wearing your normal shoes for cycling. So these can be a little bonus in the tent at night time, but I want to minimize all this down into, do I really need them? Kind of just wear a pair of socks, a lovely Dynafit pair of socks. So these I'm not taking on this trip, so I'll put them down there, but I am taking these because these are going to be my second pair of shoes. These are barefoot shoes I use for kayaking. They're also great for trail running. They cost me €25. Well, actually, Finance bought them for me as a gift, but they're really cool because they are barefoot, you know. There's none of this barefoot stuff where there's a bit of grip on them, or not grip, a bit of sole. These are literally nothing. There's nothing in them at all. Now I've taken the insoles out because I much prefer to be connected to the shoe as much as possible, you know. So I will be taking these with me. These have no problem at weight. I have no weight really problems with these, and I can store them anywhere really, you know. So I'm definitely taking them. I can take them off this apartment here so I know what I've talked about. So yeah, that's pretty much all the stuff I am wearing. It's a one cotton t-shirt. It's organic cotton as well, so it's really nicely fabric under sweaty conditions, you know. And Dynafit gear as well. I am going to take because I'm not wearing any hoodies or fancy cycling gear. They're my leg warmers. I'm going to take them. I've had them for years. They're great. They stick to the top of your skin there. Taking them. I'm also taking my arm warmers because what I'm wearing is a little waistcoat, cycling waistcoat, and then obviously a technical t-shirt, you know. I'm taking a few dry backs because you can never go wrong without these. And these are your normal traditional ones, these fancy ones here, you know, these a couple of wear and tear. I've gone through their sealskin. I've used them for long enough now. They're still good, but I wouldn't really put too much technology into them or rely on them. So I have this one, it has a little air hole and an air compress hole, and it's really nice. You can, I only have one hand now because I'm holding the phone, but you can put a lot of stuff in a bag and then compress it down to get the air out and then tighten it. And a little fella there just gives a little, you press that once or twice, the air pops out of it, you know. But the water won't come into it, surprisingly enough. So there, I'm bringing 3 of them, they're quite small, using for some technology bits when it lashes the rain, you know. So I'm bringing a buff, a little east-west buff from Immer. Now, I need to wear my glasses because ever since I turned the age of 48, my eyes are a bit funny in technology, so I'm bringing them. I'm also bringing a pair of sunglasses that I recently got today from the bike room in Wicklow. Really, really nice. Right down there, they gave me some really nice gear today, the little sponsor deal. So I'm really happy with them. They're absolutely fantastic, frameless glasses. I really much appreciate them. Got to keep them clean, bring the box with them. Maps. You've probably all seen this in the last post. This is a fantastic map, and I'm not going to open that now because I talked about that in the previous video, but that is a really good map and it pretty much has my route. The thing is, do I need it? A lot of signs in Ireland and really don't think I'm going to get lost, so I might not bring it. These are little small maps. Got a friend of mine, they're handy to have, you know, but they're laminated, which is great as well in the rain, and you can flick like a flick book. So that's the maps, West map, don't really need that. So I'm not sure I'll bring them. I'm trying to minimise the weight I have. I want to be fast and light, so we'll decide on the day I'll bring them because I'll have my phone anyway, not that I want to use it for maps. What do I eat on the go? Well, here we are. I'm not bringing much food, to be honest with you, so I'm going to try and survive as many days as possible on. I'm going to be a weight weenie in this one, you know. A couple of really nice Cliff bars, a bit of sugar in them, a bit of everything else in them. Licorice bars. My girlfriend got me into these, and they're really cool, and they get you going for a while, you know. So they're going to be my first few days. Now, obviously, I'm going to bring coffee with me as well. I've got turned into a coffee person now, and I will have some coffee and delivered to me soon. And I'm going to have, I think it's what's that coffee machine called? It's a really light one. Can't think of the name of it. It's an Aero, I think. Anyway, that AeroPress, that's going to be coming with me as well, and that's going to be my breakfast. So the AeroPress, some coffee in the morning, and then I'm not going to eat until I really need to eat during the day. And if I want to nibble on something, I nibble on one or two small pieces of this to get me through the day. And then at night time, I'll have some protein, whatever it's going to be, whatever I feel like eating at that time, or whatever I can pick up from the shops, you know. So they're pretty much like emergency stuff, and they'll go like in the side of my container bag here like this, you know. You can see that, shove them there. So, you know, I can cycle hands free. This bike is really cool, it's really good balanced, and I can nibble on these when I need it, you know, and that'll be that. So that's all the food I'm going to start off with. It's not much, I know, but I've trained myself over the years to go on empty for a long time, you know, can do it for a few days. Now down to the more important part that everyone wants to know about. What am I sleeping in? Okay, they're the poles and pegs. They won't go in there at the moment, but they normally do. I had this open last week and I slept on it, and it's too late to put it all back together. So this is a Storm BB bag. It's not your standard emergency one, which I have down here. It's not this one. This is also a Storm emergency bag, but these are something that you should have in your bags if you're going hiking or running at all times. It's an emergency. It's aggressively orange. You can be seen for miles, and it's like tin foil, but it's a warmer version. So it's really light. They're about 20 quid in most outdoor stores. If you want to buy any of this kit, you can drop into 53 degrees north, mention my name, and get yourself a nice 15% discount. Most of my kit here is 53 degrees north, so that's not what I'm bringing with me, but I am bringing this one. This is let me give you a rough idea of how big it is now compared to a gas cylinder. You know, it's super light, like it's amazing. It's a little candle. I'll show you a picture when it's put up. I already had it up. I cycled to Carlo there a few days after patch passed, and I slept in this, so it's really, really nice, really warm. You can see the details down there. It's not too heavy, but it's going to be perfectly in one of my bags, you know. So I'm going to leave that there for a second. This is the ground mat. I've used it for years, and I absolutely love it. It's a bit big again. I wish I could get something smaller, because unfortunately this does take up a bit of the space. So them two things are going into the bag with the poles. Which the bag is going to be, I'll show you now. Not that bag, this bag. It's the handlebar bag. Okay, I just want to move my glasses. I don't want to damage them already. Yeah, sorry, one bit, a sec. So it's the handlebar bag, which is waterproof. It's a fantastic bag. So them two will be going into this bag with a couple of other things, and that'll be on the handlebars. And it's a great bag because it doesn't get in the way, and you can still use the top bars on your bike for grip, you know. So that's all going into there. Like, I would prefer to not bring the mat and bring something else, but over my years of cycle touring, I find you really need a mat after hours on the bike, and your shoulders and back are in bits. So yeah, very important to bring a mat. So that's the bag there. And this is another option I was thinking about doing. This is a base little small tin foil rolly mat that I use sometimes for yoga on the hills or whatever. I was thinking about cutting this in half. I mean, this is, they say, is waist width, but I'm thinking about cutting it in half again and making it even lighter. But then when I look at it to this to that, there's no difference really, only for this is lighter. I'm not trying to lighten the load too much. I'm trying to minimize the size of what I carry. So that's another option. I'm not sure. I often use the emergency blanket. It's a big old bag. You can use this for many things really. I've often used this for sleeping underneath like a ground sheet, but I'm going to ignore a ground sheet for now. And normally what I do, I have a sleeping bag as well. It's a super light sleeping bag. I don't have it here at the moment. It's in Dublin. It's Mountain Hardware. It's a very expensive sleeping bag. I think I have a bag for it here. Do I have a bag? Yes, I do. This is a bag I often use as well for certain things. This is my sleeping bag. It's the Ghost Whisper 40. It's a fantastic, absolutely fantastic sleeping bag. Hard to buy in this country, but I'll bring this bag with me as well. Now the sleeping bag isn't as big. This is just like a little. No, it's not little. It's a big bag you can use for things. I use it for keep the midges out of me. No, I have a midgie bag for that. So the ground sheet I won't be using. Here's another mat that I've used in the previous parts, but you know, look at it, it's a big bleeding mat. It's a turn rest. It's great. I wish I could cut it in half because it's amazing in cold conditions, but I don't think we're going to get too much cold conditions in August. So that's another great mat, but again, it's just too big. I mean, why did they make something so big, you know? Great for hiking maybe, you know. And that's my tent. That's a Fango Bush, I think. One man tent, but it's actually 1.5. You squeeze 2 people in here for comfortable. But I'm not bringing that. I had that on my handlebars. Did I have it on my handlebars? Yes, I had that on my handlebars last year on my Connemara trip, and I said never again. Great to sleep in, great privacy, but just torture, you know. Oh, it even weighs a ton. What was I thinking about? So look at the difference. Difference in size and weight. Amazing. So that's all that aside for now. If you want to ask any questions on that kit, just send me a little comment and we'll talk about that. That's the food cover down there. These are little things that, bonuses that I'm going to bring along, you know. I have been thinking about a storm shelter. They're great for emergencies when it's lashing rain and yeah, but do I need it? That's the question. So I have that option, or I have a bivvy, which is here. I'm going to show you now. That's a big bivvy. It's fully waterproofed. It's Colombia's own customized out dry bivvy. Impossible to get. They've only made 1 or 2 of them, and I was lucky to get one. I was sponsored by Columbia at that time. But that's big and it doesn't wrap down very small. But it's it's absolutely great when you can throw it over your rucksack and stuff. But and it'll also go really well as a bike cover. I tried it. So my options is for bike cover, because it's very important to look after your bike. It's the main source of your journey. And I had to get a new chain today because there was so much rain and grit from all the cycles I've done on this bike. So I invested myself a little €2 jobby bike cover, and that's also can be turned into a bivvy. So big, small, you know, you got to think wise. So that's what I am bringing it, and it's going to shove it in somewhere. It's definitely coming, because I said when it's lashing rain, it's really important to have your bike covered. It's not all about you, you know. Here's a nice little interesting gift I got from a friend of mine, Johnny. I actually wondered what it was for when I first got it. I think it was some sort of a gimmicky joke thing, but after test trying it last year, it's actually a brilliant idea. So this is a bike bottle holder, if anyone doesn't know what it is. There's your standard ones there. and this one goes on. It's great for cycling touring, because when the bag is on, you can't really use this one. So I'll take this one off, put that one there. It's actually a better one to hold on to bottles than this one, and it's nicer. It just looks nicer in the frame. So this one will go here, and it's not for bottles of wine. It's for larger bottles of water. But you know what? You can use it for a bottle of wine as well. You can adjust this fella up and down, so it'll hold the neck very well. So that's a really nice gift I got from Johnny. Thanks, appreciate that, Johnny, if you're watching. I'll be changing the tyres to slick tyres. These tyres are crap because they get punctures all the time. So I'll be using the gravel grinders, and there are, what size are they? They're 700 by 40C, and they're fantastic road tyre. You don't need nothing too wide for mainly on the roads. I mean, I've cycled this leg away, but you know, it's not that bad. You can get away with a slicker tyre, and everything else is still pretty much a standard in this bike. I won't be changing anything else besides the seat, because this seat will, well, we won't go into what it does to you on YouTube. So this is all the smaller kit I will be taking with me. Nothing else there to show you. Oh yeah, I'll be taking a ground mass to sit on, because yeah, it's great when you're cooking and stuff. That's coming with me as well for sure. I'll be taking a couple of caps, team caps, the Dynafit. I probably have enough Dynafit labels on me, so I'll probably end up taking some Tribe or a Suntop cap for the sun. My cycling Dynafit cap. I'll be taking a waterproof cap. And you're probably thinking, why am I taking so many caps? But trust me, I've been cycling touring for years, and a waterproof cap is a genius idea. I use that for kayaking, so again, I'll be taking that. I'll be taking my merino wool hat as well for sleeping at night time, or even just walking the bike at night time or whatever. Will I take the woolly hat? It's quite sexy, but no, it's too heavy, so that's going down there. Cargo net, really good to have a cargo net, because you see on my videos I made from last year, the cargo net goes over the handlebars, over the bag, and you know, you can clip it onto many things and put whatever else you want under, like a jacket or a few extra things you might find on the road, like rubbish or something like that. You can put it under, store it, and the cargo net stretches really well. I also use this for kayaking when we're touring, just to put either water bottles or whatever in there, you know. So it's a great little feature. So one or two small things I want to show you actually. This is a bivy bag. I was thinking of not bringing my bivy sleep bag and bringing this bivy bag. It's really small, it's really light, but I start realising and thinking from the last year's journey that, yeah, this torture. This is really torture. It's great, it's light and all that stuff and minimised, but look, you're cycling a bike, it's going to be a little bit heavy, so justify a little bit of pain and take the bivy that you're going to sleep and you have a cover over your head and, you know, stuff like that. You have no cover in your head with this one. And when it lashes, it lashes. The last thing you want is a wet sleeping bag. So that's going to be a no. Will I bring my chair? These are all the things I have to question myself. What do you think? Should I bring my chair? This is a very good chair. It folds up really small, and it will tighten on top of my bars, you know. It doesn't look so good, but, you know, my backside would appreciate it on a really tired day. And that's the bag. These are just emergency things, like if an accident happens. And when it comes down to that, now I'm going to talk about the first aid kit. I'm going to bring one of these straps with me. You can actually squish them down like so. Take out the inside of this here and just have, it's basically like a cover, it's sticky cover, you know. I have a small first aid kit, because sometimes you do fall off the bike, or cars or trucks throw you off the road. It's happened to me a few times, so that's a small little kit, which I will take. One or two knee pads. I won't take them all, I'll take one or two. Small bandages and a tiny bit of whoopee. So I'll be bringing Leatherman, one or two bike tools, Vaseline, very important for the sour parts, trust me. And what else have we got there? I've got a merino wool balaclava. No, I'm not planning to break into anything, but it's really cool on a windy cold day. I'm going to be sleeping in my merino wool. These are merino wool tights. I'll be sleeping in them at night time. I also have a merino wool t-shirt which I'll be sleeping in, and that's kind of really it then, you know. I'll wear the woolly hat and then just sleep away. I'll be bringing two pairs of socks, which one are on me now, and they're my Dynafits. They're great for cycling, and these other pair here, absolutely cool socks. Got them delivered this morning in the post with my jacket that I'm wearing for the trip, which I'll blog about fairly soon. So there's a little net again. This is a smaller net. These are handy for bits and bobs, you know. You can wash your clothes in the sea or rivers. They're great, just soak them in the river. It's really good there if you just put them, like a little bit of soap in the net with whatever you're going to wash, your t-shirt or your jocks, whatever. All my stuff is merino wool. or 100% organic cotton. Throw it in the net, throw it in the river, leave it overnight, come back, soak it, dry it next morning in the sun, and happy days. My small little towel, it's really a tiny towel, I'll be using that. Merino wool pair of underpants, a little Neshy very light bag for smelly things. One or two of these bags, they're great to have. You can put small little things into. Anything you want really, throw into that, you know. My knee is still injured, so we'll bring my knee sling just for supporting days. Technology, let's go on to the gas cooking. So I have a smaller pot than this pot. This is one I recently bought in Decathlon. I wasn't going down the road with the MSR pots I normally use, this brand, not Mud Sweat Runners, MSR. But I wanted to try something different, a bit like more bigger pots. So I'm really not sure if I'm going to take this pot because it's quite big. But look, we'll see. I might take that or my old-fashioned traditional pot I've had for God knows 10 years or so. It's a smaller pot, it's a little wider, and it fits in the gas very, very comfortably, you know. So that's a pot if I will take it or not. That's the lid. It's quite a cool little pot. That pot comes with that cooking pot comes with 2 little bowls. I won't need them. I have to have these are quite cool sporks, which turns into a knife, or not bad, you can do one hand as well. Turns a knife and spoon. We'll see and decide if I'm going to take them. If I don't take them, I will take the other MSR pot, which I blog about. Don't have it at the moment with me, and I'll take a bowl. It's very important to have a bowl. Also, I'll have a cup for my morning coffees, and I have a rocket pocket MSR stove. Really nice and small. You can put it together with one hand, flicks out, all these little arms pop out, and you can do all this with one hand if you're ever blogging, you know. But then again, it takes practice, you know. Anyway, that screws on to this little fella here, and then Bob's your uncle and off you go, you know what I mean? So that's all that in that kit. I'm not sure if I'm taking a small pot or a big pot. This pot will do definitely for 4 weeks, but this one won't. But there's a difference in weight, so I have to see either will I take this and then when I run out, go into a camping shop and resource myself, or will I take the heavier version? I'm not sure. So that brings me down to the sporks. I have a whole 3 Teflon set here, which is a lot, but it's very light. They're Teflon, you know. And then you have the titanium version, which is quite sharp in some way. It's a knife, spork and spoon. And then I have my own sponsor spoon, which I really should take, but the last year I took one of these, it cracked in half, and then I was homeless for a spork, you know. Waterproof cover, very important, so my phone will be on my bars, so I can blog away. It's quite good for blogging. It clips onto the bars, really, really good. The option is to take a second one for swims or something like that, you know. Toothbrush, never go anywhere with a toothbrush. Organic wood, really nice toothbrush. Cover to go with it. Picked these up in Aldi recently. Really, really smart little things. Keep your toothbrush clean. These little squishies, they're handy for tearing. Put some soap in it if you want, organic soap, whatever. They're great. They're little silicone things. There's 2 of them. Probably only take 1 to be honest. I don't need 2. Little puncher. Actually, one of them I have got as a gift today for somebody because I robbed hers last time. These are great little stickers when you get a puncher. And obviously I'll bring spare tubes as well with me, you know. Pen light, they're great for the inside of your tent. They clip onto your jackets or whatever, and they come on bright lights. They also come on as red. I can't remember how to not flash it, but they're really, really cool little light. Again, you get these in 53 degrees north. Bonus if you have something, it sticks to its magnet. I don't have that to show you, or do I? Yep, it sticks to the magnet. Great little options there. I bring my pen, my little Sunto pen, thanks to my sponsors. Always good to have baby wipes or hand wipes. So your hands are filthy from fixing a chain or something like that. You can pick up these free in pubs and restaurants when they serve you for food. So you're not technically robbing them, you're just borrowing them. Or you can bring your traditional baby wipes, but they're a little heavy. Some electrolytes I tend to use on long distance runs. I also use them on long distance cycles, and they're chewable. You just put them in your mouth and they dissolve. They're really, really nice, you know, good touch. Get them in a health store. Now I'm deciding will I take this or not. This is my head torch, my lead lenser head torch. Again, 53 degrees north. Good 10 hours battery on it, but a little heavy for cycle terms. So I might not take that, and I might just keep my 800 lumens fully charged handlebar torch. We'll see. I haven't decided. Never go anywhere with matches. I'm also taking with me normal bushcraft and fire starter. So it's a little scrapey thing. I don't have it with me at the moment. It's in Dublin. A lot of things in Dublin because I've been on a tour a couple of weeks ago. Camera equipment. I have to bring camera equipment. Not me. It won't be me without camera equipment. For me, my flat tripod, which will go onto an extender, which I have on my tripod at the moment, and I'm bringing my Osmo Action. I'm not bringing my drones or anything like that because again, keeping down the weight, you know. This will be my backup. I got 3 spare batteries, which are great. I got a bunch of cards. They're in there sealed. That's a really good case. Not the cheapest case to buy yourself, but it's really good for protecting your cards. I got a card reader for my iPhone. I'm not bringing an iPad or anything. I'm going to do all my movies and stuff on my phone. I also got a backup bank for the phone as well because the phone is old and it dies very quickly. And I got a few little pockets, bags. They look onto the handlebars, and that's a spare one. That's great for water or your phone. I'm also bringing, or will I bring, chest harness for my camera for when I cycle, because last year I had a few almost close calls by holding the camera in my hand while cycling. So that is the option, you know. So that's kind of really it at the moment. I have a few more little things down here that I might carry. Some dogs in the background barking, not mine. Poor Patchy's gone. Mudguard. It's an option to keep the rain and the stuff off the bags. You know, the bags underneath there. And the important is always to bring a little doggy bag. I don't need to tell you why, so you can use your imagination for that. A hip bag is always a handy one to carry when you're on cycling tours. It's small, it's easy to carry, it's light. It's also waterproof with a waterproof zip. There's a nice brand. They make cool bags. I got as a gift. And it's small and you can try your wallet in there and stuff. It says fully waterproof, so I don't have any issues with that. Will I suffer from water? I did last year on a few places. Well, again, it was during kind of the middle of COVID season, and there was lots of shops that weren't open, you know, and restaurants, and I had problems getting water in garages and stuff because they were all closed, and I cycled nearly 100k without any food not because I wanted it, because the shops were all closed. There's plenty of streams and rivers, so I will probably take this year, you know. Well, it's a carbon filter inside there, and they're very good. Now that's a very old one. They have more up to date ones. And again, if you pop into 53 degrees north, you'll pick up one of them. Spare gloves, they're mitts. I won't take this. It's a little campfire thing a friend of mine got. I might open that again another time. A friend of mine gave me as a gift. It's a little, it's like a Kelly Kettle, small little version, but it's heavy. Great for carrying, or great for cooking, but and fires and stuff, but not great for carrying. I will take these bungee cords. Now, I don't know if anyone's ever seen these bungee cords. They're not your traditional bungee cord. There are little ones with hooks at the end of them. They are fantastic to go over, like the likes of your bike or whatever like that. So I got a 7-foot one there, and I got a 3-foot one here. I'll probably take the 3-foot one. They're just fantastic to ground the back of your bag or your bike or something like that, you know. So that's pretty much everything. I'll do a little video during the week of everything together in the bike, you know, in the bags on the bike. This is my bag that everything goes in on the back of the seat post. This connects to the seat post. And this goes around, this goes underneath the seat here, you know, and it clicks on the seat and then it springs up. There's also an inside bag that is fully waterproofed. So you could basically compress it. You put all your stuff in there, you compress it as much as you want, and then when you fully compress it, you let the air out. Obviously, open up that valve when you're putting everything in, okay? And obviously you only put the fabrics and stuff in that you can squash, nothing that's going to break. And then you tighten that up, obviously, when you tighten the bag, and then it compresses so small. So like the sleeping bag and some smaller underwears and stuff that will go in there. And like I could make a video on how to pack your bag if you really wanted to see that, and how to, you know, what goes in first. And usually what I do is I put in like the likes of things I don't really use too much during the day, like gas. I put that in the very, very bottom of it, and then I compress. Sorry, my battery's dying. Compress everything at the top here that I might use during the day, like a jacket or something like that, you know, and then compress it down really small. That goes on the bike really, really nicely. So that's pretty much it. I've covered everything there. There's not much else to cover, to be honest. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Just gonna sit around this way now. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if anyone wants any questions, or throw them in the comments there. I'm not one for asking for likes or anything on the video. I usually keep that organic and let people make their own decision if they want to like or subscribe to my channel. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. This is my jacket, by the way, I'm taking. It's got delivered in the post today. It's reversible. Orange outside for it to be seen, and blue outside for whatever restaurant or something like that. Not to be going to any. And it's got a cool it's not fully down. It's got a nice pocket system in the back there for, for putting your tires and tubes and tools and all that stuff in. So again, I'm going to go because my battery is dying. It's a long video. I hope you enjoyed this. And any questions you want to ask, drop them in the comment box down below. And I'll make another video in a couple of weeks. Hope this one worked out. Peace out from JuJu.